see. On today's show, we are going to have a drawing tutorial. And on the materials, all we will be using, is just simply a drawing pad. I do recommend you look for a acid-free paper and just simply a mechanical pencil. So everyone, momentarily we will show our template for all of those of you who did not see that before. And we are going to be doing various different exercises on drawing horses. So everyone, stay tuned. We are going to be moving over to the table. Okay, so on our first drawing exercise, we are basically just going to be doing the 3-circle method that I showed you with the oil paint. And so you can all see it much better. I am just going to make this bolder, do some shading in here, just so it shows up better on camera. And then when you finished, of course, with the 3 circles, then you would come in and shave some of that off. And we'll get into all of that later when we get more into the anatomy. And a lot of people will start out maybe showing the legs first when drawing horses. But we are going to just keep this as simple as possible. So this is showing up much better on camera, and I think you all get a general idea. And of course, this is where the tail would be and the mane, for example. And we're going to get into the eyes and the mouth and the nose and all of that good stuff. Okay, this is just something I was playing around with there on drawing horses. Now here we are to the actual art template that we will be using. And let me zoom in closer here. A little more. Actually, I'm going to have to come up here. Okay. Doing a little adjusting here. This is our horse template that we are actually going by. And I'm just going to try to bring this in actually a little closer. And here momentarily I will actually show our art reference or template that we are actually going by. And up here we have the head and the legs, but I did not start out with the legs first on this. So I'm just going to lay this back down and stay tuned momentarily. We are going to be moving over to our horse template reference that we are actually using for our painting tutorial on the return with the horse. So stay tuned. We're going to get that on the camera next. Okay, here is the template or art reference that I am using on the return. And I did want to show this again to everyone because some of you may not have seen it before. So you all did just see where I had lightly sketched out a little template just to go by, and I'll remind everyone of that again. Here, show it up in the light. And so I just sketched this out in pencil for some drawing exercise. And next I will be moving over to the table, and I do want to tell you when I do start teaching some of the anatomy and the muscular system and the skeletal system, I will be using this horse as a reference briefly in this video, but in a separate video I will go more in depth on anatomy. Now we are going to be covering a lot on the muscular and skeletal system on the horse in this video, but however I will be doing that separate video. So next we're going to move back to the table and okay everyone, so staying on the circle method on drawing horses still. So we done the 3-circle method. Now we are going to do a 2-circle method. I'm just going to show you a quick diagram of that. Right there, I don't know how well that came in focus. So we're just simply going to draw 2 circles. And these do not have to be perfect. This is just to teach you all. This would be the spine on the horse. And then this would be our rib cage area. And for instance, you could just do 2 lines here for the neck. And we will get more into detail about that later on. And stay tuned, we're going to move on to our next drawing exercise. Okay, next everyone, still on that circle method, there is also, well, we're going to move to ovals actually next, the ostrich look. And once you have already constructed the basic shape of the horse and everything is proportionally correct with the circles, you will be able to go on and move on to the rest of the horse. So for instance, I'm just simply going to draw a basic oval here at an oval for the head. And that is just one example. I do not know how well that showed up. I will try to zoom in. There we are. On that a little more. Come out just a little bit. Okay, stay tuned. We are going to move on to our next drawing exercise. Okay, everyone, and again on that oval ostrich shape, so to speak, some may find this method. Now, this is clearly just a rough draft that I have done here, but I will show you, for instance, you would take this part out, and here is your oval and the 2 circles. And that is just a rough draft on the neck. And down here, notice I've wrote strong leg. Now, our horse template is going to be in mid-air. But say, for example, if the horse was to decide which one would be the strong leg. And here you can see this one would be the strong leg. Oh, sorry everyone. Okay, but we always need a strong leg when the horse is on the ground. Now, stay tuned. We are going to move over to our next drawing exercise. So next, moving on to the head of the horse, and we are still staying in the circular mode of drawing at this point. Now, this is one from a side view that I have already pre-drawn out. And I am actually going to show how to draw this out really quickly. Okay, to start with, as always, for those of you who did not see the last drawing tutorial, without making a crease, I make me a halfway mark, and in the rectangular side here too. Now, what I would want to do for this one that we just showed you, sorry, I can't talk. Okay, I would come down and we want to just put one big circle basically here in the center. And don't worry about the circle being perfect. And a smaller circle down below, say right here, will work. Okay, show it up on camera, there we are. Okay, now just imagine from this point, we're going to come up and imagine an upside down J. So just coming up here, I'm going to make an upside down J and coming up on a little bit higher of this circle. Now, here I want to put two just parallel lines. And from here, I want to take a line and basically just come straight up through the middle of this one. And again, you can fix all of this later. I'm just trying to do a quick drawing to show you different ways to draw. Okay, and again, we're going to envision another upside down J for the neck area. And then another J right here coming on the top for the main area. And then just imagine, say, an oval at this point for the eye. And here we're going to make a little indication of where the nose will be with just an oval. Now, the ear, we want to just come kind of up from the eye, so I'm just going to make a little mark there. And from this line, let's fix this one so you will understand this better. And then we're just going to make a little diamond for now for the ear. So I hope that did make some sense. On our next drawing exercise, we are going to draw this one from another angle. And I just want to make sure you can all see that. And that is this one from the side view. Okay, here is another angle for the horse. Say if it had its just show you, it's the same process as before. You would do your circle here, down here, the J, here, the other J upside down, there for the muscle, because the neck is really strong, so it needs a strong muscle to hold that neck up. Now, next I want to show you we're going to get in some of the anatomy next. This is one way you could draw the horse out using the square method. So we're sort of transitioning now from the circle method of drawing to the triangular diamond shapes and square shapes and methods of drawing horses. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the area on here. I do not know how well this is all showing up. This is the square method, and you would just draw a basic square here, and with lines you would bring these down, and there's a lot of erasing involved. For example, this is the knee area, the back here, the tail, and spine. So over here, back to the horse's head, I have pre-drawn this out for you all. And, okay, yes, this is showing up pretty good here. So I want to just quickly go over some of these areas. Here we have the upper eyelid, and there's lots of veins in this area and a lot of shininess in the horse's fur. And so there's a lot of vein structures, and the bone that comes through here, there is a layer of skin, and this is always thinner and will droop down on the horse. And you can also draw the horse's nostril in an egg shape or oval, or a diamond shape, for example. Here we have the mouth area, and these are separate structures, and we will go over more of that later on. More veins are also in this general area as well. And then the neck and the back here. And on different breeds of horses, there are different ears. So depending on your art reference or template will determine the ears on your horse. So next we will be moving on to a separate part of this drawing exercise. Okay, here we have the muzzle and the nose. And I also want to tell you that there is a sailboat method for drawing horses. So for those of you who think drawing horses is just too challenging, if you can simply draw a sailboat, circle, square, diamond, triangle, you can draw horses. And a simple sailboat just for the muzzle area and nostril will give you a good start. Basically just a rough draft. That's all these drawings are rough drafts at this point. So for the features of the horse, for example, the muzzle, the nose, those would need to be further detailed and shaded and toned differently in the final draft. So I hope you all found this horse drawing tutorial helpful. And sorry, I had trouble talking at times, really struggling with the pollen and the sinuses and allergies. So everyone, that will conclude our drawing tutorial on horses. And as always, and until we meet again, may God bless you and God keep you.